Hey there, folks. I don't really know exactly what I want to talk about right now or how to get started. I got a couple topics in mind I want to cover, but just some more morning ramblings. See how much I can get off my chest. I obviously feel like I have a lot to do all the time, but having a hard time focusing on what I think needs to be done first. But does that really matter? Urgency. What's what urgent what urgently needs to get done? Nothing really needs to get done right now. You know, even even when it comes to eating a meal, you can get away with just not eating a day or two or three. It's better when you plan to do some sort of a fast or something like that, but nothing is as urgent as it seems, you know. You talk about getting things done for yourself. You you put this urgency on yourself, you know, with the whole my bus my bus situation. Uh, Possibly why I don't make a whole lot of progress on it is because I put this urgency on it. It seems like I need to get it done, and because of it, I get overwhelmed and don't do anything. But if I just stopped and tried to enjoy, what I'm doing with the bus, I could just get a little done here and there, and then at some point down the line, it's like, hey, this thing's like ready to live in. Is that wishful thinking, or you think you might agree with me there? Hmm, urgency. It's really not that urgent. It's like with my dream log thing. I I want to record myself with a dream from that moment or whatever. I have the camera set up to do that right now, and I can remember two or three different dreams that I was having last night and this morning, and some of them just kind of feel like uh like is it worth capturing, or can it just be a fleeting dream like most other ones? You have tons of dreams all the time, and the thing is, we just don't remember them. And I have convers- conversations in the dreams, and if you could remember conversations, is that enough? I don't know. Maybe maybe some of the things I'll end up saying here today are some of the things that were actually conversated in the dream. That would be weird, right? If I wasn't intending on doing like a dream thing and I ended up talking the same topic of what was being talked about in the dream. Who knows? Just didn't end up describing, the scenery, or describe what people look like, or how I felt, or whatever. however you want to describe a dream is, I guess, up to your discretion. So I talked about urgency and went over the dream stuff a little bit. One of the things that have seemed urgent on my mind for the longest time, ever since I came up with the idea of the bus, that requires a few things of me to do. Not only building the bus, but a big thing would be downsizing. I have a lot of stuff. I've kind of accumulated things over my life like everyone else. I don't like throwing things away. Like, I don't produce a whole lot of waste. And when people wanted something out of their life, the first thing they do is come to me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get rid of this. You want it?" And I'm like, want? I don't know if I want it. But I could use it maybe. I think I could use it. I'll take it, I guess. You know, and then I just kind of take on their burden of possession of a particular object, whether it be chairs. I've never bought a chair, but I have like at least 4 or 5 chairs. We don't need chairs. Chairs are nice to sit on, I guess, but do you need a chair? You know, as gamers, we think we need chairs. It's nice to sit down and really focus on something like that. Or you gamers think they gotta have the fanciest chair out there because they're gonna spend a whole lot of time sitting on their butt. I get it. I get it. My brother's got fancy chairs, fancy gamer chairs. I'm gonna stop talking about chairs. I'm not gonna say chairs anymore. You watch. What about couches? I gotta get these couches out of my way. I end up laying on the couch for so much time. I'll be sitting on the couch working on the computer, and then I'll just end up, watching YouTube and laying back, just lounging on the couch, and then full sprawl on it. Just, ah. I think I found a bit of a loophole with this couch thing. I won't talk about couches anymore, even though it'd be nice to move out of the way. I might move my bed too if I get these couches out. And not my couches. They're just extra couches that were, I guess they were used but barely used, and stepdad picked them up for a couple $100 for a set. Like, there's 2 of them. One's like, you know, one in between the armrests so I could fit full, you know, stretched out. But I have like a box that I transport my computer in on it. It's just sitting there with a bunch of stuff on top of it. And the smaller couch is what I actually sit on. I've slept on a bunch. When I first moved back home, That's what I sleep on every night. Until we made enough room to sleep on the big couch. That took a little while. Because I was okay with the small one. I just become content with whatever, situation I put myself in. I might feel anxious or whatever, but like I can kind of just accept it. And people, I don't know if people feel bad for me that I'm sleeping on a small couch. I mean, they definitely do, and I'm just like, don't. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, it doesn't, I'm not hurt. My back doesn't hurt because I'm sleeping on this couch. And they're just like, oh, my back would be dead. I don't know. It's just, I don't feel as affected, I guess. Talking about stuff. I'll talk about stuff a little bit more. And then I'm going to move on. I've got so much stuff, like I was talking about. Sometimes people just give me their stuff because I say I could probably use it. When in reality, it's like I could. My camera stops recording after 12 minutes or so I don't know exactly where I left off or where it cut me off. Instead of getting up and going around the camera and looking at it, let's go back a little bit, talking about my tools. I was talking about how much stuff I have, but I got on the tangent of once I get my bus done and I'm kind of living in it, if somebody out there in the YouTube world dives in my comments and wants me to come camp out on their property and help them build something, I got plenty of tools to do so. And whenever you got to go out and make your money, I can do this kind of thing. I also have my music aspirations. I'm I have no desire to be in the music industry. I kind of want to operate on my own terms. Just kind of do this kind of thing. And I've been playing drums for 20 years, and I got an electronic piece. I filmed myself opening it and playing with it for the first time. I was like, before I moved out of my last place. I was thinking about editing it last night. I was about to start putting it on a timeline. I think I will. Maybe tonight. I need to stop saying maybe and might and stuff. It's gonna say less talking, more doing, but I don't talk that much. Most of my talking is right here, even though I don't do this very often. Some people can get me talking, but not very many. Takes a certain kind of person, I guess. I don't know. Most people I just let talk because they talk so fast, and I kind of take my time when I talk. And if I give people, you know, even 1 second of a pause, they start talking, and it's funny. I just let them, because why fight over airtime, like real life airtime? That's funny, but just talking about the tools and the bus and living in the bus, helping people build stuff. Mostly, I want to help people build their tiny homes because I think I think it's important to me. Get people mobile. Because this stagnant stuff, it's not too fun all the time. I can find my contentment in every little moment, but there's so much more to life than playing house. If you got a garden you want to take care of, by all means, please. I think that's one of the most important things on this planet is growing a garden. Being able to eat your own food. It's a big start for people trying to reduce their impact on the planet, really, stop eating as much meat or whatever. I don't eat any now. It's been years since I've had a big old slab of meat. That's crazy when you think about the last time you ate a steak. I don't know if it was a birthday or we just went out for New Year's or something, but said into December, I think 3 years ago, we went to a steakhouse, me and my brothers and our cousin Andy. I think that was the last time I ate a big old steak. I felt, weird about it still then. Like, this thought process I've been on, it's been in the making for a long time. Half a dozen years. It's been on my mind a lot, but the seed was planted probably a decade ago. Even though I was eating like crap then, just junk food, Mountain Dew. Probably still smokes. Yeah, still smoked cigarettes a decade ago. 20 years old. Yeah. There was a brief moment in time. I quit smoking cigarettes. It was right around the time I turned 21. Until about the time my dad died. It was about a good 3 or 4 month break from cigarettes. Then I smoked for a few more years. And then I picked up the vape, which is another topic I'd like to get on. Because now, I think I've been vaping for about 8 years. And I've had less breaks from vaping than I had from smoking. I feel like I started smoking when I was young. Maybe I had my first one probably when I was 13 or 14. I was a smoker by the time I was 15, I would say. At least a pack a week when I was 15. And the day after I graduated high school, it was 2 packs a day. How did I even fit that in my schedule? Right. There was no schedule. I worked as a waiter at a local restaurant, family-owned restaurant, which was alright, People liked me there. I got work done, and It was great. But what I did all day, I was playing a lot of games, but as soon as we graduated high school, I'd borrow my mom's minivan, I'd drive into town, and then I'd skate around town smoking cigarettes. weird, weird freedom moment. It wasn't free enough for me, but it was as what I could obtain at the time. Didn't have my own vehicle because one I bought burnt to the ground when I was 17 in the summer between junior and senior year. It's a weird time. Weird time indeed. Hmm. Why did I get on the subject? Right. I need to quit vaping. For some reason, I, I had this idea a couple days ago, and I still think it might be a good idea. A quit vaping live stream. Watch me quit vaping live. Is that possible? Can I achieve this goal? Can I be vaping on a live stream and then be done vaping and never vape again? Do you think that's possible? Is this a possible idea? Because the only thing you need to do to quit something is to create urgency within yourself. So if you put it out into the world, there's a word I'm looking for. I'm sure it's already in your mind. Accountability that's the one. You just have to create accountability or keep yourself accountable for your actions. Keep your word to yourself. And to anybody listening to what you're saying and believing in you, maybe other people's belief in you has power. I think it does. I absolutely do. I'm one of those crazy people who thinks all things is connected, interwoven beyond what you can see, beyond our senses. Everything is entangled. If you look at all the different types of mushrooms on the planet, they're all connected beneath the surface by what they call mycelium. You can't see it, but it's there. I'm better at saying no than most people are. I've never been a drinker, I just kind of, no thank you, I don't drink. Gone to all these bars playing music. Somebody offered me a drink at least every time. No thanks. I don't do that. It's weird. It makes me feel a little alienated when I go to bars to play music. It's another reason I want to get on my bus. Get my bus built and play music on the roof. I don't have any reason to go to a bar anymore. It's nice to have somebody pay you money to play music. But really, I'm just there to play music. And I play with the band, I go to practice with them, have some fun, and they want to go to the bar and play music for people. And I'm like, alright, I'll be there. And play some freaking music. Let's do it. Show people a good time. And my favorite stage I've played on is one in Gainesville, Texas, at the Farmers Market stage. It's outdoors. It's real big, open. There was one gig. There was quite a bit of people there. I was getting emotional. I teared up a little bit. I almost started crying. I kept telling people, I kept saying in the microphone, I'm overwhelmed, or something like that. Something to that extent. This is overwhelming. I was having a good time. That was the first time, really, that was the only time my cousin that I built the cabinets for came out to watch. It's the best show he could have came to. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I worked for him for 5 years. And he just decided to come one day when I was playing a show. Just so happened to be my favorite experience playing music. The best. Felt like it was the best show. I don't know if I need to tell him that. If I haven't, I might have. Because I knew it. I knew it that day that it was my favorite experience playing music. Hmm. It's crazy. I'll sit here in a whirlwind of thoughts thinking about what to say, and all I gotta do is turn the camera on and start talking. Hmm. Only gonna get better at it, I suppose. I can't wait. If you've made it this far into the video, I don't know how I can show my appreciation enough to appreciate what it means. Not many people watch these videos, and even my best friends that might watch it a little bit don't make it very far in, from what I can gather. They'll tell me, oh yeah, they watched the video, and then we're talking for a while, and then I'll bring it up. You know, do you know what I was talking about? Like, how far did you make it in, or did you finish it? Or, it's whatever. Their life is their life. I've got a million more things to talk about, but this video is getting long. hopefully I can get this video put out and edit some old footage that I was talking about. You know, if you go back on my channel and you see the Mega Drums, whenever I did those Mega Drums videos, I got some electronic drum in the mail. It said Rowan SPDSX sampling pad. And that's how I'm gonna perform alone. That can be my music, and then I just put beats to it. It could also, you know, have just samples to play in addition to the drum kit. You know, like additional sounds, like I've never owned a China cymbal or a little splash cymbal. I can have those on the Roland. Or a gong. There's a gong sound on there. I've used it a little bit. Playing, you know, just jamming with friends. But like I said, if you made it this far, I really don't know how I can show my appreciation. I feel alone in this world right now as far as who I am and what I'm about. Live in rural Texas. Rural. I'm a vegan. Not only that, I want to do activism for animals. I'm a hippie. I want to be a nomad. I love art more than any other physical thing in this existence other than life itself. Creativity is the most important thing to me, other than love. I'm looking for people out there who are on the similar wavelength. I find people on the internet, but I'm scared to reach out because they're pretty far away, and I don't just want to make the big jump, say, you know, put myself out there and say, hey, can I come to you, or you want to come to me, or whatever. It's a pretty far jump. What happens if you don't vibe like you think you might, and you just jumped real far so you can jump back, or whatever. If there's anybody in the North Texas area, please reach out. I'm sure there's a lot we could accomplish together. Just having someone around that's on a similar wavelength motivate both of us. Again, if you really are watching this, please leave a comment. Tell me why. What makes you watch this far into a video? If you got similar videos out, tell me about it. I'll watch. If you're on the same wavelength as me, I'll spend the time. I watch a lot of YouTube. A lot of it's a waste of time, but if you think we could connect on some things, that's investment, not a waste. Trying to be the change I want to see in the world. I hope you are too. Trying to let go of fear every single day. Embrace love.